Welcome to the McCarthyism / 1984 / Orwellian censorship freak out Planet Earth 2020. This is Patricia Cori coming to you with the Red Pill Report for the day. And I am going to address the God-forbidden subject of the health issue that has clamped down liberty, freedom, speech, joy, mobility, you name it, on planet Earth. Yesterday, something quite extraordinary happened. A group of medical doctors stood in front of a monument in Washington, D.C. to make their declaration about the truth about this health issue. Part of their truth was to declare that the cure already exists, but we're not allowed to say that, are we? And that cure is the hydro and zinc, and the same cure that President Trump carefully noted was a treatment when he was being harassed as usual about what he was doing for this pandemic, which I affectionately call the plandemic, as you know. And he replied that yes, we are searching, of course, for the, don't want to say that word either, got to be so careful here, people are being ripped off YouTube like it's no tomorrow. So in the search for the thing that comes with the needle, he said we are also adamantly searching for treatments and cures. And he said that this hydro was extremely promising and got raked over the coals for that. And it has been almost not impossible to get your hands on, but certainly as the doctors in this video that has been taken down stated repeatedly, they've used it and have not lost one single patient. One doctor got up, she was kind of emotional, and said, "You don't understand. I have treated over 300 patients with this stuff, and it works. Nobody died. Everybody got better. You're being lied to," which is no surprise to us. But, and as far as whoever is monitoring what I'm saying, I'm just repeating what medical, professional, licensed doctors are saying and doing their best, their very best, to get out to the world, which is this treatment works. One of the doctors says it's the cure. Nobody wants to talk about the cure, which is another subject, which we'll be talking about on the town hall, which is coming up. You know, I've been telling you all about that idea to come together and speak, and the first subject is the plandemic, so we'll be talking about that. But at any rate, she was adamant that she has treated people with diabetes, with asthma, that are positive for the health condition, and they've all been cured. They've all been cured. And she said, I cannot stand here and let the false medical information destroy the health and well-being of this country. And that was sort of the mantra that each doctor, one by one, said, one of them talking about how, you know, the side effects, the other effects of this constant, the fear alone. I've talked about adrenaline and what that does to the body. And then there's the issue of how many people are so afraid and so upset that alcoholism, I think suicide is up 600%. Alcoholism, abuse in the household, etc., because people are freaking the hell out because it is not a normal state of affairs. We are now into this. How long? We're going into August. That's month 8. And we are blithely sitting by, following these rules, suffocating ourselves. And, you know, my latest post showed a cafe in Paris. Now, let me tell you, if you haven't been, There's just about nothing better than sipping a cappuccino or cafe au lait in a Paris cafe outside in the not as good air as I have here, but in the air, in the square, looking out on history, sipping a cafe au lait. Well, of course, now that is highly dangerous. So this cafe, in order to obey the distancing issue, has put these giant teddy bears on every other chair. Cutesy. The idea is to make a game out of it. And I don't think it's funny, and I don't think it's cute. That if I want to sit in a cafe in the open air, I have to be sitting next to this gigantic, kind of creepy teddy bear to remind me that I have no freedom. That I'm being allowed this minimum amount of freedom. And that I can't be near anybody because, God forbid, we touch or kiss or hug. And yet, the server touches the mug, touches the cup, the dish, that's okay. So today I was in the post office, and we're supposed to wear these freaking, and I really want to say the 4-letter word, but I'm trying to be a good girl. These freaking masks, and all the post office people are without the mask, and they've got the plastic divider, and I casually mentioned that, why do I have to wear this if you're not? And they looked at me like, get to the back of the line, sweetheart. So I just lowered my mask, waited for them to say something, and they didn't. But this picture, if you haven't seen it, of this cafe, again, attempting to be cute. I don't find anything cute about my liberties being trashed. I don't think it's cute to have to sit next to a teddy freaking bear in a cafe with every other person wearing a mask. But then lifting it up to sip their coffee and then lifting it back down or pulling it back down. Who are we kidding here? These doctors that I'm talking about, that unfortunately you probably didn't get a chance to see if you didn't see them yesterday. Today's July 28th, because they're being ripped off social media. And that alone. How dare these goons that run the media to deny us? I mean, you can't be telling me that this doesn't check factually, because these are medical professionals, right? These aren't Patricia Cori standing in the square espousing on the condition. These are medical professionals saying, we have the cure, folks. You don't have to die. That's history. You don't have to die from this condition. We have the cure. And this is the same thing that our POTUS told us about month 2, the hydro. And, got raked over the coals for it. And then another thing that's very important is the same doctors said that they are noting that if you can find a doctor who prescribes it to you, many times it has happened and been reported that when the said person goes to the pharmacy to get it, the pharmacist interferes and says, no, I'm sorry, I can't fill this, orders of Big Pharma. Oh, he doesn't say Big Pharma because he's on the payroll. But that's what he's saying. So in other words, the doctor prescribes it, you go in, and the pharmacist says, no, you can't have it. Now, seriously? My, we have a problem on planet Earth. And once again, I appeal to you, because until people start screaming, this is not going to change. These goons have a grip on the planet. Easy peasy. This wasn't hard at all. Didn't have to even drop any bombs. Right? And the whole planet bows down. Going into month 8. How long? How much longer? Are we going to see this continue until the election? Is that what we're doing here? Sorry, I had a glitch or something and it stopped recording. So what I was saying was, how long are we going to let this go on? How much longer are we going to allow this to continue? I want to remind you of the film The Network when he starts screaming, "I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." Do we have to get to that point? Well, then let's get there. I am mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. I have actually done a show about this back when I had my radio program, and I actually had people standing at the window shouting it out. So get that juice, baby. Feel the fire. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. It is time for rebellion. When medical doctors are not allowed to express the truth, medical truth, fact, when we're not allowed to hear that, we are, man, in big trouble. Get your hands on this video if you can. There's no sense me putting a link here because they're taking it down everywhere. But follow this story because I'm sure there's more coming. And remember that when Trump suggested this cure, and he kept saying and still says, we're working on cures, we're working on treatments. And I keep reminding people that yes, of course, he keeps saying we're working on the vaccine too, because a lot of zombies want that vaccine. That's what Big Pharma wants to sell you, baby. You imagine how much money we're talking about? Imagine 7, 8, let's say 7 billion. Let's be generous and say 6 billion people on the planet shooting up that vaccine. Now they're saying you might need more than one. You know what kind of money we're talking about? Not to mention the masks and the paraphernalia. They're even selling it at the post office. Get smart. Pay attention. Listen to these doctors. They really are interested in your well-being. Not the goons that we've been listening to that are supposedly the experts. They're lying. All right? This is Patricia Cori, mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. Lower your mask and get real, and get strong, and get with the program. Because if we don't fight this out, we are lost. And you know what I always say? I don't believe in the no-win scenario. So it means lots of screaming, lots of concern, lots of awakening to the reality that medical professionals are trying to tell the world they've got the cure. Listen up. Okay, reminder again, on August 1, I've got this great idea that is, being fortunately supported by so far 21 people who want to speak the truth and hear the truth uncensored. So if you're interested, I'm asking for a €15 donation because it's a lot of work putting all this together, and I hope you support me with that. And there are instructions on my YouTube page of how to make the donation, but just in case you can't find the instructions, which seems to be an obstacle for a few people, in the my YouTube page, in the GIF, is it a GIF? In the JPEG image of lights beaming down from the universe, on the right-hand corner, there's a little button that says donate to my page. That'll take you right to PayPal. Some people are freaked out because it's in Portuguese, which is silly. It's just like donate. You put in 15, push a button. But if you want the English version, lower down on the page, you can scroll and it says Portuguese, and then there's a little arrow. Click on that and it'll go into English. But, let's make this easy. So, come on, guys. We are going to scream it out. We have a lot to talk about. Come with me to this town hall. I'm thrilled. We've already got 21, and that's already a forum. Let's talk about it. Let's scream it out. Let's be mad as hell and not take it anymore. This is Patricia Cori signing out for now. Thanks for listening.